Hey, y'all. Thanks for stopping by. So, talking about your mental health can be a pretty taxing subject for a lot of people. It's hard to feel that vulnerable with others and to expose yourself like that. It's even when you're paying a therapist to talk about this stuff, it still feels weird to be that upfront and honest. Emotional vulnerability is a skill that it takes a lot of time to nurture and figure out. But I want you to take your mental health serious. There's lots of people out there who say that you can cure these issues by just going out and doing something new or talking to new people or trying a new hobby. Something's going to break the rut that's going to cure your depression. And some people will even say that this mental health stuff's like not real. It's all a ploy to take your money. And if I were to give you any advice, it's just take it serious. Get professional help if you need it. But your health is all you have, whether it's your physical health or your mental health. And it's like, if you go to the doctor for checkups, if you're watching what you eat, if you're exercising semi regularly, why wouldn't you treat your brain the same way? Why wouldn't you take care of yourself? And if you're going to stick around for the long haul, if you're going to help others and try to improve your community, you should try to be at your best for this. I'm not saying you're going to be perfect, but be the best that you can be for everyone around you. And that also will help you to empathize with others as well. I think that's one of the most important things when it comes to being people is our ability to understand what others are going through, to put yourself in someone else's shoes, that you don't realize that these problems are there just because they're affecting you. You can understand that someone else is having a hard time. You can relate it to yourself even. Now, I say all this because yesterday a infamous UFC fighter by the name of Strickland had a bit of a mental break and recorded it and uploaded it to social media. He filmed himself in his car with his phone vertical frame. He did the conservative guy thing and talked about how he's depressed, how he has all these things and all this money, but it doesn't make him feel any better. That old phrase, money can't buy happiness, which I don't believe anybody who's ever said that is choosing between paying their rent or putting food on the table. But the point stands that things will never be able to replace relationships and bonds that you have with other people, which I think is what he's starting to realize right now. Sean has gone on rants before, disparaging demographics in this country. He claims it's a freedom of speech thing. He claims it's a religious freedom thing. And while he's certainly legally correct about that, this idea of not being able to empathize with other people because they look different from you or because they think different from you maybe has come to affect you on a deeper level than you realize. You know, he has even disparaged someone for talking about their mental health. Rather famously, it was someone on a podcast. I think it was during the pandemic when everybody was locked down and talking about how the isolation affects you. And he goes on this rant to say that how he hates famous people because there's kids that are, indentured servants and slaves in salt mines. There's kids that are dying of cancer praying for one more day of life. And you're complaining on social media, which, what are you doing right now, Sean? I don't have any issue with what you did, to be honest. I think it's good to be so upfront and open about what you're feeling. But these problems aren't new just because they're affecting you. These sorts of this sort of anguish, this sort of strife is we're all in this together. And I think it's very hypocritical when you have these sorts of, I would honestly say it's more often men of the right, conservatives, who disparage you for being open about your mental health, for going to therapy until they are feeling sad. And now we should treat them with kindness and we should treat them with empathy. The other day I saw a New York Post article that said, they put it in quotes, woke people are more likely to be anxious and depressed and be in therapy. And it's like, these are people who care about their mental health. These are people who want to improve themselves and want to be there for the people around them. So, of course, they're going to be in therapy. The people who should be in therapy the most, the Sean Strickland person, they treat it like a joke. They think it's some ploy to take their money or to make them feel worse than they are or make them feel guilty. And it's sometimes addressing your problems, sometimes looking in the mirror can make you feel bad, but it's good. It'll help you improve as a person. It'll help you fully realize who you are. Looking in the mirror can make you feel gross, but we should all do it from time to time. Um, if you can pay for a therapist, you should. Even if you don't think there's anything wrong with you, letting somebody unravel the yarn that is your mind and put it into neat little balls is a good thing to do from time to time. I would suggest it. Again, even if you don't think you have any mental health problems, talk to a therapist as soon as you can. Get everything sorted out with you. And again, if you care about your physical health, care about your mental health. And try to empathize with people if you can. But, until the next time some conservative man is complaining about how depressed he is, y'all try to have a good day.